My name is Pat Ford, and I am chairman of the Rhode Island Libertarian Party and a proud member of the Clean RI Coalition. First, let me congratulate the General Assembly and particularly Speaker Mattiello for tackling ethics reform. No single issue is more contentious, particularly in a challenging political climate, than the perception of a conflict of interest. The Libertarian Party supports this legislation. With regard to the moratorium, we support the moratorium. It might surprise you, since the Libertarian Party is clearly associated with First Amendment rights. Rhode Island led the nation in squashing SLAPP lawsuits. In the same vein, last-minute politically motivated ethics charges have no place in the body politic. We would suggest, however, going to a 60-day moratorium. The language changes referred to by earlier testimony are entirely appropriate. And adjudicate should be added, and language that's more appropriate to a statutory environment should be moved there. Now, with regard to the moratorium, I can think of a recent example of Dawson Hodson. And my only political statement here, I'll say that the state of Rhode Island would be a very different place if Dawson Hodson was Attorney General. Last minute, specious ethics charges were laid at his doorstep, and I don't think that changed the election. But Representative Riley, Mr. Hodson, and any clean government reformer is equally the target of this type of last-minute complaint as anyone else. Now, we have in this nation arguably the most transparent ethics system, arguably, possibly around the world. It's being copied internationally. Ethics complaints are made public, and the state is well aware of the ongoing developments. That is not true, for example, in New York, where the governor, for example, right now is involved in some very serious complaints. You don't know until you don't know. So I would argue that the moratorium is a critical part of the legislation. It is a double-edged sword, and I think it's important that we leave that in place intact, also in the spirit of negotiation that's taken place. 6-7 years post Irons v. Ethics Commission, the opportunity to bring the General Assembly back under the yoke, if you will, of the Ethics Commission is an opportunity that's too good to pass up. I applaud all the bodies involved in their willingness to come to a compromise like this that's workable, and I certainly hope it passes. Thank you.
Yes, Representative Filippi.
Mr. Ford, nice to see you again, sir. This moratorium applies to both third-party initiated complaints and those complaints that are initiated by the Ethics Commission. If there was a moratorium that just prevented third-party complaints from being filed, is that something that your group would accept, where we would still have complaints initiated by the Ethics Commission, sua sponte,
absolutely,
being able to be brought?
I would absolutely be in favor of, given the long track record of the Ethics Commission. But again, in the spirit of compromise and political necessity, I'll leave that comment hang.
Thank you.